It felt like sadness, but more like inadequacy than anything else. The closest word for it is unqualified. Whatever the feeling was, I wanted it to go away. Good morning and welcome back to Preeminent Touch. Feeling unqualified is something most of us face every day, face every hour, or face every minute. But in the Bible, we see lots of cases where God used unqualified people to do amazing things above and beyond. In 1 Corinthians chapter 1 verse 27 to 29, we see that God does not call the qualified, but he qualifies the called. Moses had a stutter. David took someone's wife and killed them after that. Leah was ugly. Rahab was a prostitute. Elijah was suicidal. Samson was a womanizer. Abraham was too old. The Samaritan woman, divorcee, and Lazarus was dead. But God still chose them. Looking at all these stories, they have one thing in common. The common thing is that these unqualified people turned to God. These unqualified people turned to Jesus. So in order for God to use you, use the unqualified you. You have to commit to Christ. You have to pray. You have to be in his presence. 2 Corinthians chapter 3 verse 5 says, "It is not that we are qualified to do anything on our own. Our qualification comes from God." So your qualification is going to come from God. You're going to do great things only if you turn to Christ, if you have a personal relationship with Christ, if you walk with God. Whenever you feel unqualified for a specific task, unqualified in a group of people or anywhere, whenever you feel unqualified, remember that your qualification comes from God. Shift and run to God. Psalms 118 verse 22 says, "The stone the builders rejected has become the cornerstone." God is in the business of using the unqualified. God, I pray for the person under the sound of my voice feeling unqualified. I pray that you remind them that you use unqualified people. I pray that you remind them that our imperfection, our weaknesses are used by you and are turned into mighty things. In the name of Jesus, I pray, amen. Thank you so much. I hope this helped. I hope this was a Preeminent Touch. Cannot wait to see you next week. Have a great week. Bye.